This is JourneyBard. Together, we are going to experience the world and story of RuneScape the way it was meant to be experienced. We are starting our journey as a Pathfinder in Gielinor, helping people and finding our place. Our goal? Become a world guardian and ultimately receive the very sought-after quest cape. Let's get after it. So, we will get going, and we are going to start the Rune Memories quest. This one is also voice acted, so I'll try to make sure to remember to voice all of the lines. Thank you, good sir. To say all of my parts as well, so that you're not just in the dark trying to read as fast as I'm reading on the screen. But we should be good.
I think I'm close to finding out what happened here. I could use your help again if you're interested.
What do you need help with?
I want to cast a spell on the source of the power beam. I think it'll tell me who removed the enchantment and released the vortices into the tower. I don't know exactly what'll happen though, so I'd like you here in case things go wrong.
Okay, so I'm just here to help clean up. Tell me more about this spell you're going to cast.
It's a divination spell that reveals basic information about ongoing magical effects. Elrond taught it to me when I first joined the tower. I've barely used it since training, but it occurred to me that it might tell me who removed the enchantment from the power beam. It's not normally used on effects this powerful though, which is why I'd like you here.
I'd be happy to help. Accept quest.
Okay, let's see. Avac Destine Cal Mentor. Oh dear. I must have miscast the spell. I can't seem to move. I think I'm stuck in the power beam.
You alright?
Yes, I'm not hurt. And I don't think I'm in immediate danger. I just can't move.
How can I get you out?
I think I'll be released if you can disrupt the source of the power beam. Actually, I've already got an idea about how you could do that. If we were to recreate the ritual that created the power beam, that would disrupt it and release me.
Are you sure that would work?
No. It's worth a try though, isn't it? If it doesn't work, we can try something else.
Maybe I should go and get help?
I'd rather you didn't. No one's meant to know we're down here, remember?
That's true.
If my idea doesn't work, or if we end up in real danger, you could go and tell Wizard Elrond, but there's no call for that yet.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Take these runes.
These are fancy runes. Prepared. I don't know what that means.
Use the fire rune on a red vortex and the air rune on a grey one. If I'm right, you'll see something happen.
Okay, so fire on red vortex. Just disappeared. And the gray vortex. There are no glowing air and glowing fire runes.
It worked. I thought so. It's just a matter of picking the right rune type. You're holding soul fragments of two of the wizards who lived in the old tower. My idea is that if you put these in places in the tower where these wizards once were, you can trigger memories of what happened. You should start by using them on the chairs in the library.
How do I know which chairs to use them on?
The chairs were probably marked in the colors of the 4 orders. You'll need to use the air rune on the grey chair and the fire rune on the red chair. You'll need to place both runes before you see anything.
How can runes contain soul fragments?
Runes are pieces of rune essence that have been imbued with magical energy. Different types of rune, different types of energy. That's the fundamental principle on which tower-style magic is based. By manipulating runes, we're combining the different types of energy to create magical effects. The old wizards would have used the same type of energy to create the power beam. Something went wrong, and the energy ended up imprinted with fragments of their souls. So, if magical energy is stored in runes, and the soul fragments are made of magical energy, I reasoned that the soul fragments could be stored in runes. Once I'd figured that out, it was just a case of preparing the runes to store some more energy, and finding the right type of rune for each soul fragment.
Okay, I'll do that now. So I think she's this way. Yeah, library door. Ooh. Wow. This is really cool. Gray chair, blue chair, green chair, red chair. So gray. And red.
What Zanmaron got you working on now?
Enemies of the Order must taste the flames of our wrath.
I thought your order perfected attack spells decades ago. Isn't Surge the theoretical maximum?
It's not about power. I'm looking at ways to make the spells bypass defenses.
Can't be done. Ozakan proved you've got to have line of effect.
I know. It's one of Zanmaron's impossible problems. I meant to try to solve it to learn why it can't be solved. That's what I can't work out. I can't see what's wrong with my solution.
Let me see.
May?
You're bypassing line of effect by angling the spell through a secondary plane using runes of law. I mean, it's not a complete solution, but the principle is... Do you know what you've got here?
What do you mean?
I think you might have solved the teleportation problem.
That's not funny, May.
I'm serious! We should show this to Azris. She's spent years trying to crack the problem. She's written volumes on why it can't be done. If this is an elementary mistake, she'll have seen it before.
And what if it's not an elementary mistake?
Then she'll take it to the council, and you, my friend, will have a major school of magic named after you.
The runes return to your inventory as the memory finishes. That's cool. Okay. So they're learning how to use teleportation spells. Not quite sure how that helps her get out of this, but...
Did it work? Have you managed to trigger a memory?
I saw them talking about the quote-unquote teleportation problem.
Amazing. I wish I could have seen it. That could have been the start of the breakthrough that led them to creating the power beam. I think we're on the right track.
So what was the teleportation problem?
Most of the spells in the standard spellbook date back to the old tower. Combat spells were mostly created by red wizards, enchantment spells by blue wizards, and so forth. The only major exception are the teleport spells. The old wizards knew teleportation was possible, but they didn't learn how to create new spells until the last days of the old tower. Solving the teleportation problem changed everything. It let the wizards create the lodestone network, and the rune essence teleport spell meant the tower didn't have to rely on a delicate land route to get runes. I've prepared runes to hold the other 6 soul fragments. You'll need to use each rune on a vortex of the appropriate color.
Alright, it gives you some more prepared runes. Okay. So we got Earth. Earth is green. Nature is also green. Water is blue. Chaos is red. Cosmic is gray. La Rune is blue.
That's all of them. You should be able to use those runes to trigger the rest of the memories. The leaders of the 4 orders use the shrine room to hold meetings. That's the room upstairs with the statues representing the 4 orders. If you use the runes containing the soul fragments of the 4 masters in front of the statues of their orders, I think you should be able to trigger a memory.
Which rune should I use on which statue?
The law, nature, chaos, and cosmic runes contain the soul fragments of the masters of the 4 orders. You'll need to place each rune in front of the statue representing that master's order. The orders were associated with different elements. Blue wizards with water, green with earth, red with fire, and grey with air. If you examine the statues, you should be able to see those elements.
Okay, I'll do that now. Okay, which statue are you? There's a flame with the other. Okay, so that's Zamorak. I guess I can only put one down, so Chaos. Saradomin is Law. This is Gothic, so he's Nature. And this is Armadil, so that should be Cosmic.
Zanmaron, may knowledge guide you.
Do you know what this is about?
Strength through chaos, honored friend. I have no idea. I suppose you were in the middle of something.
My history of Gielinor. I have almost reached the dawn of the Second Age.
Ah, when my Lord Zamorak enters the scene. When may the rest of us read this masterwork?
When it's ready, my impatient friend. You know that.
Strength through wisdom, gentlemen. Do either of you know what this is about?
We have no idea. I suspect Azris is keeping us waiting in order to inject some drama into her announcement.
She has an announcement.
That's what I'm guessing. Ah, here she comes.
Balance is power, my fellow wizards. I'm sure you're wondering why I've gathered you here.
Honestly, my dear, it hadn't occurred to us to ask.
Since Gothics guided my order's founder to the Rune Essence Cave, the tower has struggled with the problem of transportation. For every rune we make, we must bring essence here from the mine, through icy wilderness and across pirate-infested seas. Wizards of all our orders have lost their lives bringing the runes the tower needs. We have long known that teleportation is possible, but have failed to invent a new spell that could connect the tower to the rune essence. My fellow wizards, this document contains the theoretical framework that will allow us to create new teleport spells.
Azris, this is amazing. If this is true...
Temlin, would it work?
Yes, I believe it would. It solves both the distance and line of effect problems by routing the movement through a second plane. Of course, we'll need to find an appropriate plane to use.
All I have is the seed. I will need each of your help in developing it into a ritual. No one of our orders can do this alone.
Even so, what you've shown us here is a major breakthrough that deserves recognition. Whose work is this?
It is my own. After a lifetime of searching, Gothic saw fit to grant me the necessary inspiration.
Oh shoot, dude, she's stealing his work.
You are too modest, Azris. The gods may inspire us, but the work is our own.
Indeed, and there is more work to be done. We should all study this properly and then reconvene. I will be in my study with my apprentice. Strength through chaos, my fellow wizards.
Oh man, this guy's gonna find out that it was his, I think it's his apprentice, or at least one of his students, because he's Zamorak. And, well, he isn't Zamorak, he's a follower of Zamorak. It's gonna cause big issues. Okay. Plot is thickening. That's super interesting because Gothics is supposed to be all about balance. I guess maybe they're not exactly as righteous as you would think. Stealing other people's work because they might think for balance, for the need for teleports, it's okay to steal somebody else's work. But straight up taking credit for it feels scummy.
Did you succeed in triggering another memory in the shrine room?
The Green Master stole the Red Apprentice's idea. Yep, exactly.
What? That can't be right. Surely the wizards of the old tower were above such pettiness.
Sounds like you idolize the old wizards. Ooh. Followers of different gods can never work together. I want to say this one.
I suppose I must have done. I was barely more than a child when I joined the tower, and Wizard Eleron told me about its history. I used to daydream about the old tower, wizards of all faiths working together.
Followers of different gods can never work together.
Do you really think that? The gods fought one another in the God Wars, but they're gone from the world now. I thought the followers they left behind could put aside their differences.
Let me put it out there. I don't actually believe that. I just wanted to see the dialogue.
And it did work. For a time. The first tower stood for 70 years, and its wizards invented most of the spells we use today.
Okay, so what do we do now?
After the meeting in the shrine room, the masters would have gone to their studies to talk to their apprentices. Can you try to trigger another memory there?
Which rune should I use and where?
Each of the 4 masters had a private study, but I think some of them will have collapsed. You'll need to find an intact one and work out which master it belonged to. Once you've done that, you should put the rune for the master of that order on the master's chair, and the rune for that order's apprentice on the chair facing it.
Okay. Study store. Okay. Okay, so the Gothic's flag looks like that's collapsed. Convenient. I don't get to talk to the bitch who stole the work. Oh man. This room also looks pretty destroyed. That is a blank flag. Interesting. I guess that's the gray. They don't really try to keep themselves separate. Let's go check blue, because I've got a feeling it'll be red, because it's gonna be mad. Ooh, chest, but I can't. These chairs are broken. Yep, it's in the red. Okay. So the chair is the Chaos Rune. Directly across is the Fire Rune.
Straight through chaos, Master. You wanted to see me.
Caravan, whose apprentice are you? And to which order do you belong?
Master, I am your apprentice, and I belong to the Order of the Red Wizards of Zamorak.
Then why did you take your idea to Azris of the Green Order, rather than coming to me?
I thought, May and I thought, that since Azris was the expert on teleportation research...
Ruh-roh.
May and you? So both the Green and the Grey Orders saw your idea before I did?
I'm sorry, Master. But it came to nothing anyway. Azris said the idea was a blind alley.
Earlier today, Azris presented your idea to the Council as her own work.
What?
When I looked into it after the meeting, I saw your handiwork in there, and traces of the problem that I set you. You have a brilliant and chaotic mind, Calavan the Red. Azris has worked on the same problem for so long that her mind has turned to stone, and her apprentice hasn't had an original thought in his life.
Oof.
They stole my idea.
No, Calavan. They took your idea. They took it when you handed it to them. How many times have I told you that we do not trust the other orders? This tower became great precisely because the four orders are in conflict with one another. We of all the orders should remember that.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do about Azris taking your idea? Nothing. You missed your chance to have your name attached to this. I hope it hangs over your head for the rest of your career, spurring you on to greatness. Perhaps then, Zamorak will make something of you.
Dang.
What I'm going to do is complete your work. Your solution requires a second plane of existence for the travel to pass through. I mean to find such a plane. If I can do that, then the Red Wizards will take some credit for the ritual, even if, thanks to you, it is not the full credit we deserve. Go, now. Think about how you can redeem yourself in Zamorak's eyes. I need privacy for my meditation.
Yes, Master.
Azakorax, keeper of the key to the abyss, hear me. By the staff of Armadil, on which Zamorak impaled the Empty Lord, I charge you to appear.
Who calls me from the infernal vestibule?
Oh, dang. So he just summoned a demon. Okay. So he knew it was his apprentices, and he's just mad that he wouldn't have talked to him first. Which, you know, kind of fair. Kind of fair.
Have you managed to trigger a memory in one of the studies?
The Red Master summoned a demon.
A demon? I knew that some of the Red Wizards were demonologists, but I had no idea there was a demon involved in the spell that created the power beam.
He said it was the keeper of the key to the abyss.
Of course. That makes a lot of sense. Teleport spells need to move the Traveler through a second plane of existence in order to bypass obstacles. The teleport spells in the standard spellbook use a plane called the Abyss. It's dangerous and chaotic, but that's not normally a problem because you're only there for a split second. The old wizard's ritual created a link to the Abyss which teleport spells could then use. That's what the power beam is. All our teleport spells use the power beam as an anchor. Something modern-day wizards have never understood, though, is how the connection to the Abyss was made in the first place. That must be what the Red Master wanted from the demon. The key to the Abyss would have been the last thing they needed to create the power beam.
Didn't you talk to a demon?
People are never going to drop that, are they? Yes, I talked to the cage demon in the wizard's tower. Elrond taught me that you can't trust demons, but that doesn't mean you can't ever learn from them. You just need to be careful. The Blue Order of the Old Tower forbade any contact with demons, though. I don't imagine the Blue Master would have been pleased if she found out the Red Master had summoned a demon.
So what do we do now?
After he completed the ritual, the Red Master would have needed to distribute it to the other orders. I would guess that he did that by meeting the 4 apprentices in the library. See if you can trigger another memory in the library. I think you'll need all 4 apprentices and the Red Master.
Okay. The library. So, gray chair. Red chair. Green chair. Blue chair. What do we think? Table? Table? Where would the Red Master have put? Oh, I did that backwards. There we go.
All I'm saying is there have to be limits. There are things mortals can do, but some things should be left to the gods.
And who decides what gets left to the gods, Perrin? Your order?
We all have to examine our consciences.
With this power, we could end hunger, end disease, end war, unite the world. My conscience would be fine with that.
And who governs this new world, May? Your order?
Master?
Strength through chaos, fellow wizards. It's good to hear a healthy argument coming from the library.
We were talking about what we could do once we have the Rune Essence teleport spell.
And what we should and shouldn't do.
Then you'll be pleased to know that you will soon be able to act out your moral dilemmas for real.
You've completed the spell, Master.
Indeed, I have completed the ritual that Azris the Green presented to the Council. I have made a copy for each of you to take to your master. The ritual requires 8 participants who must stand in a specific pattern. Please stress to your masters that the ritual must be performed exactly as described. Any deviation could be extremely dangerous. We can commence as soon as we're ready. I'll see you in the spellcasting chamber.
Okay. I'm curious to see, because he's saying, you know, they need to follow it exactly. I wonder if he, you know, screwed with some of their stuff.
So, what did you see?
The wizards were about to start the ritual.
We're nearly there. The ritual would have taken place in this room. All we need to know is where each of the 8 wizards stood.
The wizards were arguing in the last memory.
I wish I was surprised. I had always hoped... I know this is irrational, but I had always hoped it would turn out to be a purely magical accident that destroyed the old wizard's tower. It's looking more and more like it was destroyed by infighting between the different orders. We won't know for sure until we recreate the ritual, though.
Explain this ritual to me.
Okay. Moving something with magic is simple. Like when I helped you move the statue of Eritona. It took a lot of runes and effort because of the statue's mass, but it was a simple principle. It's the same when you cast an earth strike spell, or whatever. You're making the rock move from you to your enemy. You can't make it move through a solid wall, though. For a teleport spell to be useful, it has to be able to bypass obstacles, and that's what the wizards of the old tower had so much trouble working out how to do. That was the teleportation problem. Caliban's breakthrough, the one you saw him make in the first memory, provided a means to travel around an obstacle by briefly entering a different plane of existence. A different universe, if you like. On its own it was useless, because the wizards didn't have access to a second plane that they could travel through. That's what Zanmaron was looking for when he talked to the demon. The ritual would have opened a permanent connection between this plane and the one Zanmaron found. Teleport spells could then use that connection to travel anywhere in the world, including to the rune essence.
Okay, what now?
All we need to know now is how the wizards were arranged in the ritual. If we could find fragments of the document the wizards wrote the ritual on, we could piece together what we need. You should search the ruins, see if you can find any parts of the ritual document. The pieces are likely to be in the studies in the library.
Okay. Searching for pieces of paper, I guess. Search the shelves. Go to the study. There we go. Chest. It's gotta be in here. Yep. Great. Find a well-preserved book and a fragment. Participants in the ritual are to be one master and one apprentice from each of the 4 orders. No 2 masters may stand next to one another. Neither may 2 apprentices. Neither also may... And it drops off. 2 apprentices, neither also may 2 wizards of the same order stand next to one another, lest power be concentrated in one order's hands. The primary opposition among the gods is between Saradomin and Zamorak. Therefore, the masters of these gods' orders must stand opposite one another across from the spellcasting circle. The secondary... The green apprentice stands at the left of the gray master and at the right hand of the blue. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Okay. Leader of the ritual, that is, the red master, must stand at the southernmost part of the circle, where he begins chanting. Oh boy.
You should search the ruins. See if you can find...
Found some document fragments.
That's it! Using the information in these fragments, you should be able to work out where each of the wizards stood during the ritual. You'll need to read the fragments and work out how the wizards were arranged, then put the runes on the floor of this room to trigger the memory.
Okay, I need to read the diary on my own too. As my task nears completion, the burden of secrecy that I bore so easily for years now wears heavily on me. Soon the tower will be destroyed. Until then, if I must live around these sickening wizards, this diary must become the outlet for my true thoughts. I know that my master would approve of my actions if I could tell him about them. Everything I do according to the values that he taught me. My only regret is that I cannot reveal my motives to the wizard who will play the key role in my plan. When I first met her, I had hoped that my influence could convert her to the side of Zamorak, but I see now that her heart will only allow her to be a Grey Wizard. No matter, the naive curiosity that makes her so clearly a Grey Wizard will ensure that she plays a part in my plan. Soon, very soon, I will complete the task that has been passed down from Red Master to Red Apprentice since the founding of the Sacred Order of the Staff of Fire. Enemies of the Order must taste the flames of our wrath. Wow. They can't stand next to each other. No order can stand next to each other. They must stand opposite. The green stands to the left of the gray and the right of the blue. Stand at the southernmost part of the circle. Okay, so we start there and there. Green apprentice stands and at the right hand of the blue master. This is the blue master. The green apprentice stands here. And the gray master. Because they can't stand next to each other. Those can't be blue. Neither of these can be red. So this has to be red. And this has to go here because that's gray.
It worked, thank you. The memory's starting. I want to see this.
Where's Zanmaron? It's not like him to be late.
Maybe he's...
What?
Never mind.
Strength through chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Are we prepared?
We are prepared.
Please remember, once the ritual begins, we must all keep our places in the circle. If anyone leaves, there could be disastrous consequences. Senventior destine reneset.
Avak, Salakar, Nimporto.
What's that?
Please concentrate, Perian. Safaranti, Morudo, Calmentor.
No, I can see something behind Wizard Zanmaron. It's a demon.
Please, the ritual must be performed exactly as written. Senventior destine Molenko.
May, can't you see it?
It's safe, Perian. I studied the ritual. It uses demonic power, but it's safe.
You knew? Demonic power is never safe. We have to stop.
I'm sure the demonic influence is minor. The core of the ritual is still Wizard Azris's green magic.
Green magic?
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. I was there when Caliban made his breakthrough. This is his work.
Azris? Is this true?
It should have been mine. I've worked all my life on this problem. And then some kid has the idea? It should have been mine.
It doesn't matter whose idea it was. We must complete the ritual.
No, Zanmaron, it does matter. If I had known this entire ritual was based on red magic, I would never have agreed to take part.
It's worth it. With this power, we could build a perfect world, end disease and war.
And you think that justifies this? I cannot take part in this ritual. Come, Perian.
No! If you leave the circle, we can't contain it!
The Red Master was hit by the full force of the power beam. No wonder that started a fire that... Wait, it's happening again. Get down!
Wait, I don't know what happened to her. I don't know what she saved me from and what she got hit with. She's in some sort of magical coma. Oh boy. Yep. Gotta go tell her former master what just happened. Man, freaking Saradominus, just holier than thou. Just, oh man, burned down the whole thing. But was there something wrong with the spell? You know, did he doom it from the start? Did it have a lot more demonic energy than he let on? Who knows? Either way, that was... sounds like that guy just died because of the Saradominus. Not very much law there, huh?
Hello again, adventurer. What can I do for you?
Arion is hurt in the ruins of the old tower.
You are right to come to me. I have experience dealing with that sort of magical coma, so I should be able to bring her round.
Will she be okay?
Yes, there's nothing to worry about. Magical comas rarely last long. You'll see her up on her feet very soon.
What can I do?
You've already done more than enough, adventurer. You can leave this to me now. A magical coma is a delicate condition, so you should leave it to an expert.
Oh, I didn't say she was in a coma.
Oh, did I slip up? Did I let on that I know more than I should? Almost as if I planned this whole sequence of events, and my plan is so close to completion that I'm becoming careless about what I say.
Oh, hot damn. You planned this? Arion was your apprentice?
She was my apprentice, and she has done exactly what I taught her. She's a born grey wizard, clever but naive. I just had to give her an interesting hook, and she'd go wherever her curiosity led her.
You wrote that diary.
Oh, my diary. I was wondering where that got to.
Getting Voldemort vibes right now. Why would you do all of this?
For revenge, adventurer. Slow burning. Passed down through generations, dish best served cold revenge. 2 of the ritual participants survived the destruction of the first tower, Perien the Blue and Celavan the Red. Perien founded the second tower and blamed the first tower's destruction on red wizards. Celavan went into hiding and took an apprentice, who in turn took an apprentice, beginning a secret order of elite red wizards. I am the secret heir to the sacred tradition of the Staff of Fire, and today I bring the vengeance of Zamorak against the Wizard's Tower.
Oh my gosh. Enough talk. Prepare to fight, Red Wizard.
It's too late for that, adventurer. I have no quarrel with you. Leave now, or be caught up in the tower's destruction.
Oh, dang.
Behold the vengeance of the betrayed souls of the great old tower! Behold the bloody foundation of the new tower, rising to destroy it!
Dang.
Master, what's going on?
My dear apprentice, you are fulfilling the purpose for which I trained you. Your wide-eyed search for truth has led you exactly where I wanted. Don't worry, you won't have to contain that power for long. The soul fragments will tear you apart, and the explosion will level the tower.
You're just gonna let your apprentice become a bomb? Excuse me?
You should run away now, adventurer. You don't want to be here when my apprentice loses control of that power.
Okay, I want to test out something I was thinking about. Okay, I can't leave the tower. There goes my idea. I thought I needed... There's runes outside on the floor, kind of like this. Can I talk to her?
Adventurer! You have no right to interfere!
What do you mean I don't have a right? I was there the whole time.
Leave him alone!
So, you've learned to channel that energy. Enjoy it while you can. Any moment now, it'll overwhelm you.
Stop talking. I'm trying to concentrate. Adventurer, I think someone wants to talk to you.
Fascinating. If I understand this correctly, I am one of several personality fragments possessing an unwilling host body. I assume this is an effect of Zanmaron's ritual being performed improperly.
Temrin the Grey. So you've retained some degree of consciousness?
It seems this situation is unstable. Adventurer, I recommend you draw each personality fragment out of the host body before it is overwhelmed. In my case, a cosmic rune should make a suitable receptacle. You will need to type your actions so that the rune being used matches the color in the cycle. It is a pity I cannot observe this phenomenon from an external vantage point. Ah, well.
Okay, so... Blue. White.
Thank you. But there are 7 more. It's all I can do to keep them contained. I'll let them speak through me one by one.
My pipe organ! I always dreamed of the tower having an organ. Is this real?
Archmage Perion! You built this tower! Built it on the bodies of the Red Order! Now you'll play a part in its destruction!
Archmage? What are you talking about? Hey, I think I get this. Adventurer, you need to wait for the right mode, then use an Earth rune.
Shut up, Slammed! No one even remembers you.
Poor guy. Red. Green.
My power beam! My teleportation anchor! It worked! May, can you see it? It worked!
Master!
What?
The Blue Wizards killed your master and drove you underground, but you founded a secret order to seek vengeance. This is that vengeance. Hold on to that body. Any moment now, you'll destroy the tower. Enemies of the Order must taste the flames of our wrath.
I don't care what some other me did, and I don't want to destroy any tower. Adventurer, you said you could get me out of here. Do it!
This is cool. This reminds me of like old style video games. Did I do it? Can't be drawn into that rune. did the fire room? He's fire, right? Okay, I guess I just misclicked it.
We're hurting someone. I can sense it. If you have a way to get me out of here, please use it.
It's too late for that, watery wizard. You disobeyed my master and stepped out of the circle. You destroyed the old tower, and I'll use you to destroy the new one.
Who are you?
I am Eleron the Red, heir to the sacred tradition of the Staff of Fire. I bring the vengeance of Zanmaron and Calavan, whom you betrayed!
Zanmaron and Calavan were my friends, and you are nothing like them, you hateful little man.
Nice.
Adventurer, get me out of here before I do any more harm.
Wait for blue. Blue.
This power beam. So Calavan's idea worked. I still think a green wizard would have come up with it eventually.
At least she admits it.
Never! Only Zamorak grants us the creativity to have truly original ideas.
Really? And what original ideas have you had, self-proclaimed Red Wizard? As far as I can tell, you're more interested in destroying other people's. Adventurer, get me out of here.
One more.
I told them, the idiots. They deviated from the ritual, and now look what's happened. Disembodied soul fragments, possessing some slip of a girl. Lord Zanmaron! Who are you, and why should I care? I am heir to the sacred tradition of the Staff of Fire. The Blue Wizards betrayed you, but we have worked in secret for 100 years to bring them down! Worked in secret for 100 years? Self-important tradition of the magic stick? You're no Red Wizard. But, Master, I'm doing this for you! I've had enough of this. You, adventurer, get me out of here! I command it!
Look at the tower they built. It might not have as broad a foundation as the old one, but it's reached just as high. Such a pity someone would try to destroy it. Pull me out, adventurer. Use the last rune. We're free. But I think I can see a more fitting host for us than these runes, don't you?
No! So, here we are, false Red Wizard. Your apprentice contained us for the height of this tower. Let's see how long you do. Overwhelm me then! Let me explode with the fury of Zamorak! With my death, the tower will fall!
Oh, I don't think so. Let's see where this teleportation anchor can take us.
No! Don't! Don't make me teleport!
This is one time I'll let you use demonic knowledge, Zanmaron. To the abyss!
No!
To the abyss, my fellow wizards.
To the abyss!
He's gone. I can't believe he was using me like that. He mentored me for 10 years. How could I not have seen it?
You okay?
I'm shaken, but I'll recover. If you hadn't been here, though, I couldn't have contained that energy for much longer.
Where did Eleron go?
To the abyss. The soul fragments of the old wizards made him teleport there. He's dead by now, or will soon be. The energy of the soul fragments will destroy him like they nearly destroyed me. He'll explode in the abyss. So the tower is safe.
So what now?
I think that's it. We found out who released the vortices, and we stopped him. That's what we set out to do.
Don't seem very happy.
I've just had the soul fragments of 8 powerful wizards inhabiting me. I nearly exploded, and then I found out the man I most trusted had been lying to me for the last 10 years. Please forgive me if I'm not at my most cheerful.
Yep, totally understand that. We won, that's all that matters. We did find out what happened to the old tower. It wasn't your fault.
Yes, that was interesting. Thanks for helping with that. And we saw the ritual used to create the power beam. I need to write that down before I forget it. It could open up new lines of alternative teleportation research. Adventurer, I want to go away and think about this. But thanks for your help. I hope we can work together again in future.
Dang. Wow. So we just sent her master off to go explode. So that's fun. But hey, that was really, really cool. Crazy cool quest explaining how the first tower was destroyed and kind of this, still this craziness between the orders and being unwilling to work together. Access to Archmage Chitador's personal rune essence chest. Those tower orbs. Pretty cool. I wonder if those are based off of the order, because I got gray. I wonder if those change. What are they talking about as runes, though? Rune chest? The chest contains 105 pieces of pure essence. More will appear every time you gain a level in rune crafting. Don't take anything. That's fine. I'll leave that there. I don't need that right now. Awesome. Quest complete.